A man will choose peace over a pretty face every time. If she brings stress instead of softness, he's gone.
Ladies, I will say this all day, every day. Men are way more attracted to women who give them peace than they are to beauty, money, fame, status, anything. Let me explain. And listen, I know the majority of the people that follow me are women, and some of you might get a little bit offended by this, but it's just the honest fucking truth. A lot of women use the we don't care what men want, we're gonna be who we are, and we're gonna talk about our feelings. Whatever. You can say whatever you want, but then you can also wonder why you're not in a relationship you want to be in, or why you always pick the assholes. How all of your exes are toxic, but you refuse to look at the way that you act, or the men that you're picking. Because some of you bitches be crazy, okay? I read my DMs. I know how it really goes. I will tell you that men will be attracted to having a peaceful woman over having a beautiful woman. Quit trying to be beautiful. Just be a peaceful fucking place. Let them be honest with you. Let them play their fucking video games. Let them go out with their boys. I just feel like women want to control shit all the time. They just want to control. And men feel fucking confined. Like they feel like they're in a straitjacket all the goddamn time. And then you wonder why they're uncomfortable. They start going behind your back or doing weird shit. Because women refuse to look at this part of themselves too. Sometimes you bitches be crazy. And it's okay because we're working on it. But listen, you have to hear it sometimes. Because just try this, women. He wants to go out on a Saturday night with his boys to the bar. You just go, I hope you have so much fun. Babe, you look so good. Go out, have so much fun. Make it stress-free for him. And watch how fast he fucking comes back. Guess what? He's going to go out with his boys and he's going to be like, damn, my girl made me feel real good. I just want to get back to her. Men love peaceful women. They just do. They're attracted to peace. And they can find someone that can finally just be peaceful for them, and it's not just someone nagging and bitching at them all the goddamn time. Yeah, they're gonna want to stick around. I know men have their faults, and they're kind of pieces of shit sometimes. This is just a video for the women to tell you that you're kind of pieces of shit sometimes also. Okay? Listen. We're all faulty. You know I fucking love you.
American women aren't angry because men are antisocial. They're angry because men stopped auditioning. The text slowed down, the free validation dried up, and suddenly the guys who used to over-explain, overpay, and over-tolerate decided peace felt better than participation. No debates. No announcements. Just silence, and that silence hit harder than any insult ever could.
This is why guys stopped asking you out. This is why guys stopped dating you. This is why guys stopped approaching you in bars, and now you're having a tantrum about it because you waste their time. You waste their time. You go on the date on their dime. You're rude. You sit, you lecture them, you eat the food and drink the drink that they provide and get all tipsy and then go out for your after party. And you treat it like you have done something amazing that then you boast about, that you used him essentially to, impart some type of lesson, right? Teach him how to be a man. I mean, time you're teaching him how to be a doormat, right? And you're getting excited that you're getting away with it, right? This is why good men, number one, got off social media, and number two, stopped asking you out. Right now, is it sad? Yeah, because if women and men don't go out, I'm a big fan of like good women, good men, get together, get married, family, procreation, stability in society. This is my angle, right? However, I understand why men are just like, well, screw you. Because you're acting like a bunch of ingrates. You're acting like a bunch of nasty women who are taking advantage, who are sitting there lecturing them and treating them like dirt and then boasting about it all over your social media. So the next time you make a video about why guys aren't approaching you, go back and watch your own content, honey. Take some ownership for that.
For years, men were told socializing with women was a privilege, not a two-way exchange. Show up, shut up, pay up, and be grateful for the opportunity. But once men realized most interactions were just emotional labor with a bill attached, the math stopped mathing. So they chose the gym, the grind, the boys' hobbies, travel, and, most dangerously of all, contentment without approval.
You know that I find having really intellectual conversations with somebody, something that's emotionally engaging and intellectually satisfying, is that it is a sexual stimulant. And there's a lot of women out there who do the same. I think there's a lot of men out there too. That the higher you are intellectually, the more you talk. It's just kind of the thing they go hand in hand. But it's like a sexual stimulant to them. Like I don't want to say that I get off on having those conversations, but I get off better after having those conversations. And it's really sad that a lot of men are like, I would just rather have someone who shuts up and sits next to me, and that I, myself as a man, can get off on her, but who the fuck cares if she gets off with me? Who cares about her emotions? Who cares about what she's thinking about? Who cares about the conversation or what she dealt with her day? I don't want to deal with that. I want to completely avoid having to have any type of conversation with my partner. I just want her there to, I don't know, be a placeholder. And how sad and embarrassing is that as a grown-ass adult to sit here and say, you just want someone to be a placeholder, that you're unable to have a conversation with an adult woman, with any type of woman that is stimulating in any sort of way. Like, you have to be able to have complex conversations with someone, especially your partner. You have to be able to be vulnerable and to be able to sit with them and say, hey, I was thinking about this today. If you don't offer safety in that mindset to your partner's never going to be a partner with you. They're never going to be a partner with you. Why would you want that? Why would you want to not have to do it? It's because when men say that they want peace in a relationship, that 100% translate to they want to completely avoid to have any sort of emotional engagement. They don't want to have any sort of conflict management. They want none of that. They just want someone to sit next to them so that they can feel like they're in a partnership. Women, stay away from these type of men. I think I'm just going to start using these types of comments as examples of the type of men that women need to start staying away from. Because the moment that he says he wants peace in a relationship, you should walk away. Because he is going to emotionally avoid you. He's not going to be there. He's not going to be able to have conversation with you. If he tells you talk too much, walk the fuck away. I want someone I can gab to. I want someone that I can have whatever the fuck kind of conversation about. I want to be able to talk about shit that's going on the TV in the world. I am a talker, and I do that for a reason, because I enjoy it. And if my partner ever says that they just want me to shut up and just be there, how disrespectful is that? It's completely disrespectful. It just shows an avoidant behavior, and women need to stay away from that.
Now the outrage is framed as confusion. Why are men isolating? They're not isolating. They're withdrawing from bad deals. When every conversation feels like a test you're meant to fail and every boundary is labeled insecurity, opting out becomes common sense, not bitterness.
You ever notice that men never say what they want the peace from? Be my peace. Be your peace from what? Your homoerotic thoughts? Your demonic inner thinkings? The war that you have within your own body and mind? Like, what peace do you fucking want? Peace from what? Yeah, that's right. Peace from the fact that they're terrible fucking human beings and they want someone to pretty much coddle them and suppress them and not hold them accountable for being terrible fucking human beings. They're literally expecting for you to walk all over, or have them allow you to walk all over you, step all over you, keep their foot on your neck, and you just sit there and not do anything, right? They expect for them to go in your home and have an angry rage fit, throw everything, damage property, and then you not say anything. That's what they mean. Oh, they want to be able to cheat, give you incurable STDs, knock you up, leave you with a child, and then you not say anything. Them wanting peace, they never say peace from what? If a man ever asks you or says that he wants you to be his peace, ask him, what do you need peace from? What is it inside of you that is creating so much chaos and so much craziness that you need peace from it? They're never going to be able to answer that question because they understand that that is going to be too revealing, okay? Because they're fighting fucking demons, okay? They know that something is wrong with them. They know that they're demonic. They know that they're not really great human beings. And so they have to be able to have a person distract them from all of the craziness that they have going on internally that they're fighting, because they don't actually want to go to therapy and do the hard work that it requires to deal with it appropriately. They essentially just want a human punching bag when they're saying that they're looking for someone to be their peace, right? So that's another decoding male language quote, because they always like to say, be my peace. Okay, be your peace from what? Oh yeah, that's right. Be your peace from all the bullshit that you're causing in your own life. Be your peace from all the inadequacies that you have, that you refuse to change. Be your peace from the fact that you don't want to grow as a person, you want to stay broke, you want to stay angry, you want to stay uneducated, and you just want someone to suppress that and make you feel good and give you a gold star for you just being a piss poor person.
The real panic isn't loneliness, it's irrelevance. Men choosing peace means fewer simps, fewer orbiters, fewer emotional support wallets. And nothing rattles entitlement like realizing the people you dismissed as replaceable have discovered they're happier without you.
I saw a post that said that men are dating more for peace over beauty now, and if that doesn't tell you how dense and how black and white these men think, is that they're correlating more a beautiful, attractive woman to be more difficult and more demanding. Instead, what men are really trying to say is that they don't want to be held accountable for their actions. They want to be able to do certain things and you not being able to say anything about it to them, okay? In their mind, they think to themselves that if I date a less attractive person, I can get away with more. They won't be as demanding. They'll be more peaceful. When in reality, so many men give women the chaos. They are the ones that bring the chaos. They don't want to be held accountable. They don't want to see their actions. They don't want their fragile ego to be hurt because they have been propped up their entire lives by society. And when a woman calls them out for their behavior, they don't like it. So instead, this is how black and white they think. Well, if I go for someone easier and who demands less, which is someone that's less attractive, she won't need so much from me. And they would rather do that than own up to their mistakes and actually change as a man. They would go for someone that they're less attracted to because they don't want to change who they are. That is how black and white they think. They won't even go for even like the person that they're ideally more physically attracted to. They will be with someone less attractive just because that they will put up with more, because these men want to be able to get away with cheating. They want to be able to get away with going to strip clubs. They want to be able to get away with a lot more behavior with someone who won't demand as much, because it's easier. It's just simply easier with how these men want to date these days. So it's really wild how these men are thinking. Don't even know how to go about it, honestly, anymore. I mean, men cease to amaze me every single day.
I will say this 1,000,000 times over, and I will repeat myself, and I don't care. Men need peace. It's honestly that simple. It doesn't matter how beautiful you are, how much money you make, how good you are at your job. It doesn't matter. If you are not a peaceful woman, men need peace. Because the constant nagging, belittling, being disrespectful, and just being a downright horrible human being, that man is not going to want to stay. Because at the end of the day, what they want is peace within them. Yes, women need emotional stability, but men do too. And that comes from within us. We need to be peace for our men. People overcomplicate it, and it's really, really not complicated.
What really fuels the anger is that men didn't leave in a dramatic way. No speeches, no protests, no bitter rants online. They just stopped showing up. And nothing confuses entitlement more than a calm exit. When men choose peace, there's no villain to point at, no abuse story, no scandal, just a quiet realization that the attention pipeline has dried up.
So all the men from my previous post saying that they have found peace by being alone and they're not trying to date because they just want peace. Are you trying to say that we don't bring peace to your life? I have to disagree. I do not think that if a woman that you so desired was available to you, you would choose peace over commitment, sex, good meals with conversation, and things like that. So I'm going to call your bluff because I don't think that's true. This, by the way, is not police lights. This is some kind of flashing light in a parking lot. I'm not quite sure what it is. But anyway, again, calling your bluff. Okay?
It breaks my heart how underappreciated American men are by women here. We don't even have half of the standards you guys have for men here. They work out, they are good looking. They open the door. Like, it never happened that I go out with an American man and he doesn't open the door for me. It's crazy. Yes, they yup, but in general, they check all the boxes. Sometimes I want to send American women, a portion of them, to Russia so they educate and they will be like, whoa, 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 whoa. It could get worse. It could get so fucking worse that I moved to another country just for dating. Guys, it's not funny. You guys really don't recognize your privilege here, but that's fine. More for me and for my friends. This whole account is promoting Russian women to American men, whatever.
If you want peace, don't bring chaos. Be my peace. Men love saying that. But let's be real. Some of them bring nothing but chaos. And then get confused when a woman stops being soft and starts matching energy. To a toxic man, be my peace usually means, let me disrespect you, hurt you, lie to you. And you better not make a sound about it. It means, take what I give you, even if it breaks you, and smile like you're lucky to be here. But here's the truth. A woman can't be your peace if you're the one bringing the storm. So if you're a man asking for peace, be a peaceful man first. And to the woman watching this, find someone who already has peace, so you don't have to destroy yourself trying to create it for him. Because you're not his therapist, you're not his punching bag, and you damn sure aren't his emotional rehab center.
Socializing used to be leverage. Men were trained to chase, entertain, validate, and absorb disrespect just to stay in the room. But once men realized they could live full, disciplined, peaceful lives without constantly proving their worth, the entire dynamic collapsed. You can't shame a man who's busy, focused, and content. You can't guilt someone who no longer needs approval to feel whole.
Guys don't want to be around angry women. Guys want to be around happy, smiling, make my life easier, not harder women. That's just a fact. Because guys that are really doing for you, that are doing the tough stuff, that are climbing, that are working, that are doing all that stuff, they don't need to come home to like an angry woman.
We told men to step back, sit down, and be quiet. And now we wonder where all the good men went. Newsflash, they did exactly what a whole lot of women and angry feminists asked them to do. We confused toxic masculinity with masculinity itself. And now good men are standing down, afraid to lead, simply because they prefer to keep their peace. You think I'm exaggerating? Read the comments.
Do you think there's any chance that you may have been confusing peace with quiet? I ask this because I've noticed a phenomenon when it comes to men who are high achievers, which is that there's this idea that if all is well, things are quiet. My supervisor, my boss, my partner only has something to talk about if something is not getting done. But if everything is getting done, then we're at peace. Not much to talk about. And women don't quite work that way. When a woman gets really quiet, you're probably in trouble. If not you, the relationship is in trouble. Because a woman who trusts, and trusts her words, her ideas, her visions, her thoughts, her emotions with a man, is a woman that kind of babbles. And a woman that's quiet means that she's learned long enough to not trust you.
So now men avoiding women gets labeled as toxic, immature, or misogynistic, because accountability is harder than reflection. The truth is simpler. Men finally notice the cost-benefit ratio. When interaction means walking on eggshells, funding vibes, and apologizing for existing, opting out isn't hatred, it's self-respect.
So I went to a singles event, and when I got there, it was literally 90% women. And I was like, I'm gonna go now.
One of the biggest issues in relationships and dating with men is that, and I've seen this play out time and time again in the comment sections of my videos and also personally in one-to-one sessions, where there's men that are coming to, delve into deep healing and transformation because they're feeling as if something's missing in life, things just aren't moving forward. And each time it comes down to the fact that men seem to associate having peace in a relationship with not feeling emotionally vulnerable. So if you go back into the comment sections of my videos, there's tirades and tirades of men all saying, we just want to feel peace with a woman, which translates to being emotionally avoidant, emotionally absent, because in the emotional absence and not having a deep connection to somebody or feeling a deep connection to somebody also means if they exit, they feel much less responsibility because they never felt emotionally connected to the woman in the first place. And emotional vulnerability comes when you feel a deep level of connection to somebody, because suddenly you feel the responsibility of this person's happiness also being interconnected with your happiness at the same time. And so it comes down to the fact that most men will interpret peace or having peace in a connection when they don't actually feel anything deeply emotionally, and will settle for partners and actively seek out and choose partners that don't challenge their internal sense of emotional vulnerability.
Don't you want to be with someone that can hold a good conversation and add something to it?
If I can have a conversation with her, but I don't need a girl who's like got insane charisma and can tell good stories and has a witty comeback to like everything.
Okay.
It's a very low priority.
Okay.
I don't care. I care about other personality traits. Chiefly, does she bring me peace? That's the most important thing personality-wise a girl can bring me, because I have a very stressful job. The last thing I want to do is have a girlfriend that's always wanting to argue.
Yeah.
We're always in some sort of conflict. The biggest thing a girl can bring me personality-wise is peace and calm.
Okay.
And that's the part that hurts the most. Not that men are angry, not that men are lonely, but that men are fine. Because when men are fine without you, the illusion of being indispensable disappears, and peace becomes the one thing no amount of outrage can compete with.
Men stop playing by the rules, and now everyone's freaking out. Let's break down why silence has become the loudest move.